Yo, 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 what's going on? It's your boy Sebastian Ryder, and you tapped into another episode of Cut Different TV. And before I introduce you to our guest today, who is doing a lot of shit right now, he's a D1 athlete hailing from East Orange, New Jersey. He got a new song out right now featuring one of the biggest artists in the New York scene at the moment. And we got a lot to get into, but before I introduce you to our guest, make sure you hit that big red button that says subscribe under whatever screen you watching this interview on. And hopefully it's a TV screen, right? Because they watching Cut Different TV.
You know what I'm saying?
So without any further ado, we got my brother Marjakim in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you for having me. Chief Huss in the building, man.
You know the vibe, man.
Of
It's
course.
up.
Of course.
So, shit, man, we got a lot to talk about, bro.
Mhm.
Usually, you know, what we like to talk about is a little bit about the upbringing. Obviously, East Orange,
Mhm.
which is dope. We got the orange theme going on.
Of course, of course.
Tell me a little bit about Jersey, man. Like, what was that like growing up?
Jersey was cool. You know, living in East Orange and stuff like that. And then I actually, when I was younger, I moved to West Orange, but it was crazy because even with me moving to West Orange, I always still played for East Orange teams. So like I went to school still in like Newark and stuff like that. So I never was kind of detached from like the culture, everything that was going on. I had moved out, but I was still always playing sports there and shit. So like I was always in tune with everything that was going on. So you know, it was definitely cool coming up, playing in the hood. You had to have that different type of, to you, you know what I'm saying? That different type of tenacity coming up, playing sports over in the hood. So, you know, it was always cool though. I don't got really much to complain about as far as like living in Jersey and all that. For real.
Yeah.
Like, nah, like it was cool. I fucked with it.
Yeah. And growing up, obviously, you know, your pops big and had a lot of success in the industry.
Yeah.
Growing up in Jersey in a space where we're talking about it off camera, like a lot of artists come up and then they don't really get that love or
Exposure,
recognition
yeah.
until they become big elsewhere. So
Yeah.
kind of having that influence in your family, you
Yeah.
feel me? Did that help you kind of bypass that barrier and help you build that confidence?
For sure. So I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first came out and first started rapping, I didn't want to rap. Like I played sports. That was my first love. Like I played football. That's what I wanted to do with my life. I didn't want to do this whole like rapping thing. Like I ain't gonna lie. Cause I see my dad doing it and my dad sold millions and millions of records, but he never got the recognition that he deserved. Like when people went up, they still was trying to like give my dad pennies and shit. Like they wasn't, you feel me? It was like a lot of disconnect with the music industry a little bit because of how I seen it treated my father. My father had stopped doing it because it just was too stressful for him and stuff like that. So I was really, I'm gonna be honest, that wasn't what I wanted to do for real. I was like, nah, I'd rather just go to the league, you know. But my brother had heard me rapping, and he just continued to tell me to keep rapping. He like, yo, bro, you got it. I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. He like, bro, you got it. I'm like, bro, no. So I sent him my first song, and when I sent him my first song, just to like tell you like how he even heard me rap, I sent him my first song. I was in the room with my mans. Like when I was younger, all my mans in them used to be like big SoundCloud rappers getting like 100,000 plays on SoundCloud, and like they were going off. You know what I'm saying? So I used to be just the fun. I played football. I was just funny. Like I used to be with the homies when they was doing it. You feel me? And I used to be cheering them on. Like, yo, bro, like I fuck with what y'all got going or whatever. But I never really wanted to rap until then. One day we was chilling in the crib, and like he put on a beat. He was like, yo, this sound like some Playboi Carti shit. I'm like, yo, you right. I'm like, he like, yo, Playboi Carti would do some funny shit like walking that bitch. Like he started doing a little melody. I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, that's fire. You should do that shit. So he did it. After he did it, he just turned to me because he was the first one who had like his own like studios like set up in the crib. He had a little Focusrite with the mic and shit in the crib. Yeah, the Scarlett, you feel me? Yeah, so he had that in the crib. You know what I'm saying? So he was the first one out of all of us to have it. Like eventually I ended up getting my own once I got into it and all that, but he was the only one who had it. So we used to all just rap over at his crib. Like his was the hangout. His house was the hangout. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody, all the homies come together at. So after he finished his part, he just turned to me. He like, yo, get on the song. I'm like, I ain't getting on no song, gang. Like, go ahead. Like, you good. He like, bro, get on the song, bro. I'm like, nah. So then, you feel me? He kind of played with me. He was like, come on, bro. You gonna do that in front of the homies? Like, you gonna be a party pooper in front of the homies? Like, this is just for the homies. Like, this song ain't never coming out. So I'm like, damn, why you had to do that? You feel me? So I'm like, all right, fuck it. On some funny shit, I'm gonna just get on the song. So I got on the song. And he played, like, I just was punching in. Like, I ain't write it, you know what I'm saying? Because we used to be playing around freestyling, but I never really just got on the song for real. And so he played it back out loud. The homies was downstairs. They was making Eggo waffles. That was, like, our favorite snack, like, Eggo waffles. They came running up the stairs like, yo, play that back, play that back. This is a body. That was a body. I'm like, so the reaction kind of threw me off because, like, I don't rap. So it was like everybody jacking it. I'm like, but it's my homies. So I'm like, maybe it's just my friends. You know, it's the moment. Niggas ain't never really heard me get on the song before. So this is just something different that niggas like, oh, Mark got on the song. Like, so I sent it to my brother. He ended up calling me back in like 10 minutes, like not too long. He like, yo, when the fuck you start rapping? So I went to defense mode. I'm like, yo, chill. Like I was just playing. Like, you feel me? He was like, I know. That's what I'm saying. That shit was fire. So he said it. I was like, like, you jacked that? I was kind of confused because my brother's somebody, like, he gonna keep it 1,000. Like, he gonna tell me, like, yo, bro, like, nah. Like, that ain't it, gang. Focus on the football shit. Like, you feel me? So, like, he not afraid to, that's why I got my brother working with me and everything like that now, too, because he's not a yes man. And that's the type of people I like around me, is that people that's going to tell me the real, no matter if I'm wrong, if I'm right. That's how you know somebody really care about you. They don't never want to see you really lose for real. So when he told me that, I was like, okay, maybe I am a little alright, because he wouldn't say that if I wasn't. Fast forward, my cousin heard it. They called me back. My cousin was dancing in the middle of the street to my song. They FaceTime me like that. So I'm like, okay. So I'm feeling a lot of love in this first initial moment that I made my first song. So I'm like, but I'm still like, whatever. Like, I ain't really jacking and stunting it for real. So then I started doing it a little bit more and stuff like that. Then my dad took it to my father. My father heard me making music and stuff like that the whole time. I had to start making music more and more now, because it just turned into a little hobby of mine, but I really wasn't serious about it. And then finally I ended up showing my music to my mom. My mom was like, she almost like down there came to tears. She was like, this is crazy. Like, she told me, like, if I was an artist back in her time, she would really listen to me as, like, I would be one of her favorite artists. And when my mom told me that, that was just like, oh, she wrote. I was like, oh, yeah, I got it.
Yeah,
you know
I feel like the cosign from moms is
yeah,
always like,
you feel me? Because she, you know, moms don't want you doing stuff like that anyway. They looking at, like, go to school. Like, you feel me? Like, that's what they learn. Get your education. Like, that's what they want for you. So for my mom to hear my music and then resonate with it immediately and tell me something like that, like I would be her favorite artist if she was in my generation, that's when I knew. I'm like, okay, I got something cooking now, you know? And she just was like saying it's like a full circle moment, because my father do music, and just I've been around music my whole life. And that's why I feel like I resonate with music, because I never tried to do it. Like, it was something that kind of like found me, and then I just like stepped into it. So that's where I feel like, you know what I'm saying, my whole upbringing with music and how that even happened. Like, that's how it happened. Yeah. Like a circle of life. That shit's crazy.
That's fine. And now you work with your family, so that's
Yeah.
all full circle. And so then obviously, I mean, you play D1 sports, and anybody that has played ball at any level, getting to that point requires a lot of dedication. It requires a lot of time, a lot of work on the craft, just like being a good musician. So, you know, there's a rare few, a select group of people that are able to balance two things and master two things. I feel like musically and athletically, you're always on a journey of improving.
Always.
But how do
always get
you
better.
maintain that balance of being a great athlete and also focusing on the music as well?
So, like, I just always keep the same type of mindset for everything that I'm doing, whether I'm doing my clothing line, whether I'm doing, like, houses with my dad, like my dad, the top developer in Newark. Like, I come from just a bunch of people who always have and set the bar so high for themselves. Like, that's always what I constantly see. Like, my dad worked a job for somebody else for 9 days out of his whole life. My dad's a big entrepreneur. And that's what I've been taught ever since I was younger. So just that mindset being instilled with me, to just take that mindset of being like, I'm going to be the best in whatever I'm doing currently at the moment, whether it's I'm in the booth or I'm on the field. Like, I'm going to always work harder than the person next to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the same thing that I apply, and I feel like that's what give me that balance is anything that I'm doing, no matter what it is, I'm going to go hard at it. I'm going to go 110%. I'm going to give it my all, and I'm not afraid to fail, too. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when I go in the booth, I make any type of song. Like, I'm not stuck in one box. Like, I'll go outside the box if that's what I feel like I want to do on the song. Like, I'm not afraid of doing any of that. So I feel like keeping that balance is just, keeping that same work ethic through it all. You know what I'm saying? You don't think that one is less important than the other, because it's just as important. Just as important as me going to the gym so I can get stronger. It's just as important as me going to that booth so I can keep rapping so my flow can get better. My flow could get bigger. My flow, you know what I'm saying, could easily resonate. And then also just having a good, foundation, like my family, has definitely helped me keep me balanced. Because when I can't handle the music stuff because I'm in practice or something like that, my father's on the phone talking to them for me. So that's what I feel like is also what helps me a lot too, is my family being there to be able to pick up the slack where I can't be there. Without them, I don't know how feasible this would all be for real, if I'm being truthfully honest. But I have them. I'm gracious enough to have them. So that's where that balance come from. They pick up that slack for me too.
Fire. Yeah. And so speaking of like balance and doing different shit, and matter of fact, hit subscribe. If you watching this interview right now, you've been watching all the way through, go ahead and hit that big red button that says subscribe. Drop a like, drop a comment, something. Show love. I mean, what?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, we cut different, but shit, I mean, you got a Sexy Drill song out right now.
Yeah.
And that's a sound. That's not really your main lane, but you do a bunch of different shit.
Yeah.
And you just so happen to get Bass Swag on the remix.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out
Tell
to
me
my
a little
son,
bit
Bay.
about Flourish.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit of how you got to work with that artist.
So, the song, was just like kind of like bubbling and stuff like that. And then I got like my sound and stuff been bubbling for a little bit in Jersey. And shout out to Hot Rod behind the scenes. That's like his little man's, like his little cousin. Like, they real locked in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm locked in with Hot Rod. And so, he worked with Trav and Lola Brooke and all of them as his brother. So like, he had been in the industry for a little minute, and he got a bunch of connections, and he heard my music, and he been fucking with me and my father. So, he ended up linking us, and he linked us. He told Bay about me. Bay heard the song or whatever, and he was like, yeah, I'm jacking it. So, I pulled up to the studio session, and we got it done.
Word.
He hopped on the song, and it was, you feel me? It's only going to be up from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when you do a song like that, or you get an opportunity like that, is there... we talk about like shooting shots, or for you, it's maybe catching balls, right? Like just, that was crazy. But he's a wide receiver. He's a wide receiver.
You feel me? I get it.
Just like practicing, and then when you be in the studio in your bedroom versus, when you be in your studio versus, in a professional recording situation with an artist that, is mainstream. Mm-hmm. How does that affect the creative process? Do you take a few extra deep breaths, or what's that look like?
I'm gonna be honest with you, like, being around like artists and stuff like that don't really kind of faze me. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm like bigger, like, you know what I'm saying, better than anybody else, but like, I've been around people like that type of stature my whole life, being as though who my father is. Like, he's always constantly brought people that around, or like called my brother and had Bow Wow on the phone, like back when Bow Wow was like really Bow Wow. Like, he called, like, he always does stuff like that. Call me and be like, yeah, it's your Uncle Flavor Flav on the phone. Oh, it's good. Like, you feel me? Like, I've always been around, like, Jaheim. My dad managed him. Jaheim's like an older brother than me. You feel me? So I constantly talk to Jaheim all the time, every day, like from a youngin'. You know what I'm saying? So I've constantly talked to people of that stature. So getting into that room, it kind of felt like more at home. Like, and then I know, like, I'm a person that got motion. Like, I foresee myself, I got a whole bunch of motion. I foresee myself with even more motion. So being around that people is more like kind of inspiring. Like, I don't take a deep breath. I just want to take it all in, kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to savor the moment. Like, okay, like, I got to work with him. Like, and like, I'm gonna be honest, I walked in there with the studio session. I wasn't nervous. I was like, yeah, like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, it gave me confirmation that what I'm doing is that I'm going in the right direction. So I wasn't nervous at all. I just walked into it like, yeah, we finna get this done. Like, this is what I've been waiting for. Like, you know what I'm saying? My music is going where it's supposed to be. Like, that's what it was, you know? So, nah, not at all. I wasn't, nah. If anything, I feel like it kind of put a battery in my back and make me want to, like, do more.
Because you cut different.
Yeah, exactly.
And so for artists that are up and coming, right? And maybe they didn't grow up around, public figures and they're not used to being in those rooms and situations like that. Like, when they do get that shot, when they do get that opportunity, when their coach taps them on the shoulder pad, like, all right, go in. You feel me? Like, what pieces of game or guidance would you give to somebody watching this?
I would just say, like, just do you. Like, don't, like, get nervous because that's what make you fuck up. Like, if you walk into, like, say, like, just like with me, if I would have walked into that studio session with Bay and, like, been nervous, like, he would have sensed that. He'd have been like, oh, like, you feel me? Like, it kind of give them, like, oh, I guess, like, he not supposed to be here type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I would just say, like, in the moments, just do you, be yourself. Like, especially if you've been putting the work in, you know, like, you can rely on your skills. Like, you feel me? Of course, you got to stay tapped in, but just don't let nothing phase you. You can't go in there like, oh, I'm finna fuck up. I'm finna, you know what I'm saying? You just got to be calm and composed. Just go in there. And also, I know that, like, with them types of people, they don't like feeling like an alien. You know what I'm saying? In them types of moments, like when everybody all like, oh my God, treating them like they so much different than everybody else. They don't really like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they are regularly human too. They got real feelings just like you. You know what I'm saying? So I know from being around a lot of people like that, they don't like the whole like, oh, like you so much different than me. Like they like to be treated normal. Like they're a normal person, like too. Real feelings, and that's why I feel like everybody in the world get confused too, because they be forgetting that about them. Like they go through real things, like they just be so locked in on their opinion on what they see. They don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but they got all this to say. They don't know them for real. Like I hate that type of stuff.
Because people think this shit is WWE.
Yeah.
You
know what I'm saying? Like they see like, but it's not. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You don't know what he went through. You don't know. The same person that you think is the richest nigga could be the brokest nigga. Like, you know, like they don't like, people don't be knowing that. You know what I'm saying? So like you don't know what's really going on. You feel me? So that's what I would say. When you go into these types of moments, just do you, just be you. You know you got this shit. Like just own it, own the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like be yourself. Like get that shit done. Like tell yourself like, oh, I'm gonna get this shit done. Like don't be nervous. Like can't be nervous because nervousness is what fuck a lot of people up. I ain't gonna lie.
Type shit.
Feel me?
Word. Move your chair a little off the wall a little bit. It's like, can you hear that? We valid. All right. Word. We keep rolling. I feel straight. Yeah, that's smooth though. And I think that's something that some people are very blessed to get that growing up. Yeah. And also I think it comes down to like confidence. Yeah. And also understanding that everybody's human.
That's exactly
everybody takes a shit.
Confidence.
Everybody does. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But regardless, fuck all that. The record itself is fire.
Appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So obviously Sexy Drill is a sound that's booming right now. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I don't know how much longer it's going to keep going, what the vibe is going to be, but what made you get in that lane? What made you want to get in that pocket?
Well, I got in that pocket because it just go hand in hand with what I do, like, naturally. Like, even before Sexy Joe came out, I've been making music now for, like, 3.5 years. Like, I've always made songs just, like, women and, like, pain and hardship of relationships and, like, heartbreak and like, the type of toxic shit going on with love and stuff like that. Like, I've just always been that type of kid. Like, I'm a lover boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what just always what I've been on type shit, you feel me? So it just went hand in hand with what I was already doing. And my father's from Queens. I'm from Jersey over here in the tri-state area, like Jersey, New York. So, you know, it was only right that I pay homage to the sound that I'm from where I'm from, like the land from where I'm from, my family from and stuff like that I tap in with it for sure. Like I said, it's about women. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All I tell you, you know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. So I'm like, I'm for sure show love. But I made sure that when I did it, I tapped in and I made it me, though, at the same time. Like, I didn't go hop on their wave and do the same thing that they do with it. You know what I'm saying? I hopped on their wave but brought my own little spin to it. So now when me and Bay collabed, it's like, all right, you can hear, like, him and then hear me. It's a difference, you know what I'm saying, between our verses and stuff. Like, you can hear the difference between how the different way we did it. Like, he got his own little swag, and I got my own little swag. We not hopping on the song, and then I sound like Bay. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just played off each other. I feel like it was a good mix of, like, the voices and everything. Like, what we did with it, that shit was fire. So, word.
Tough. That's what's up, man. And I really rock with it. I really rock with the sound. I rock with the lover boy sound music. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a vibe right now, you know? And for niggas that really be out here doing what they need to be doing with the ladies, it's like, you know, you need to be able to, you can't just be riding around listening to street shit. Like, come on, bro.
You feel me?
You know? So
you gotta have the tunes playing for the shorties when you get in the car. And I feel like that's the void that I feel like. You got your shawty in the car, you want to make her feel sexy and love or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just throw some Marjakim on, you heard? Like, shit. I got you.
Word. That's what's up,
feel
man.
me? So, word.
So, shit, bro, I mean, I'm going to keep it a buck with you, bro. I mean, we got a lot of people that's been up here, bro. A lot of people have sat in that chair. And, you know, everybody got something different about them. You feel me? Everybody says something that makes them unique, you know? But I got to ask you, bro, like, what makes you cut different, Marjakim?
Well, first and foremost, what make me cut different is, you know, I'm Marjakim Chief Hush, you feel me? And this hush shit is just like, this shit a way of life. Like, this shit more than just like, you feel me? Just like birds and just like regular life, 1, 2, 3 and shit. Like, nah, we on some like whole different shit. Like, hush is, if you hush, you feel me? You understand how to walk with the earth, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stay true into who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going out here portraying myself to be a killer or a gangster on it. Like, I could have easily went and did that because I've seen that my whole life growing up. I have real people in my family who really does that shit for real. And I could have stepped into that, but I didn't. I stayed me. I wanted to play football. I wanted to rap. And that's what I did. And I feel like that's what make me, you know, cut different, is that I ain't never ever gonna try to be cut the same way as somebody else. I like myself being cut different. Like, I like me being to the left when everybody to the right. You feel me? I like that type of shit. Like, I like being on my own. So now when this wave come over here, it's like, oh, okay, you know where it started from. That was me. You know what I'm saying? I did that shit. Like, I like shit like that. So that's what I feel like make me cut different, is how authentically myself I am. And I ain't never ever gonna try to portray something I'm not or be someone I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Type shit, bro. Welcome to the family, man.
Yes, sir.
And shit, at the end of the day, one thing that we can guarantee that's proven is, regardless of if you try to copy another nigga, regardless of if you try to take somebody shorty, regardless of if you trying to put on the exact same fit as something you seen on the gram,
it ain't never
you trying to sound like somebody else. One thing you damn sure not gonna be able to do is be that nigga.
Never.
You always got to wake up as yourself.
Exactly.
And I rock with that, bro.
Exactly.
I like that.
Exactly. You ain't never ever gonna be, like I say, I use the example all the time, like, you ain't never ever gonna be better at being Rod Wave than Rod Wave. Like, you ain't never ever gonna be better. I'm saying, like, because I went to school down at Tennessee, and like, I ain't gonna lie, like, his sound is big over there or whatever. And I heard like a couple of different people who sound like kind of a little bit like him. And I'm like, yeah, that's just fire for sure. But I had to, like, you feel me? Like, you got to be you, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, or like, you ain't never going to be better at being like Lil Durk, or like even like this Cash Cobain wave in New York. Everybody rapping on sexy drill beats, but they getting on and they all going tss and all that shit. The same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you never ever going to be better at being Cash Cobain in them than Cash Cobain in them, because they came up with it. They started this shit. Like, they mind is, that's just how they authentically think.
You're always going to be in second place.
You know what I'm saying? So you already starting off in second. You heard? If you trying to be exactly like them, you already starting off at number 2. You ain't never going to be number 1 in that. So
you're always going to be opening for them.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You always going to be creating a bigger path for them. You know what I'm saying? To walk through. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. You just got to be you, man. Just be authentically you. You're going to make it way farther. Because that's everything that pop anyway. It's always some shit that's different that no one's ever heard before. Exactly. And then that come out and they're like, oh, I ain't never heard nothing. That's what make them gravitate to it. Like, oh, I ain't never heard nothing like this before, but it's fire. You know what I'm saying?
Like that Tommy Richmond.
Yeah.
That Tommy Richmond, like, it's different.
It's different.
You're like, wait, what? Right? What the hell?
Yeah, but it's fire, though. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even like the whole Glorilla, when that first came out, that was different, but it was fire. Like, everybody was joking on her, like, gelling off her, like, oh, like, she got a girl pregnant outside of that, but the song was tough.
Yeah.
You feel me? The song was fire. So everybody was playing at first, but then it turned into a thing like,
wait, she actually rapping.
Yeah, like, this is actually hard, though. And then it took off, and now look at her.
Yeah.
She's the biggest artist in the world right now. Like,
and I feel like that could have happened. That almost happened with Young and May.
yeah.
Where like, you know, you hear it and you like, wait, this is like a crazy vibe, but I just feel like that marketing and that branding and like kind of where it went, it never really evolved. You feel me? And I feel like Glorilla is that like where she makes music for in a way that Dej Loaf did as well.
Yeah.
Where
I was just about to say that.
she
like,
makes music where like niggas can play it and not feel like, oh, I'm playing a girl in the whip.
Yeah.
Nah, like,
but I'm gonna be honest with you. Shout out to all the women right now that's in the game because the women is going crazy right now.
100%.
So shout out to all the queens. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going crazy right now. All the women, like I got a lot of women in my playlist right now. Like Lotto going crazy, Gorilla going crazy. You feel me? Like they got all the anthems right now. And I'm sorry to the niggas, but that's just how it is right now. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie.
There's this chick too. Damn, I can't think of her name right now, but she got braids. Damn, that's so whatever.
That's it. I'm about to say
She
braids.
be rapping. Damn, I don't know. I can't.
You talking about BK the Ruler?
BK the Ruler's fire.
Yeah, shout out to her too. She going crazy
She's
too.
low key. She did an on the radar freestyle. She has like a really unique voice. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I'm rocking with her too. In the next episode, I'm gonna remember the name. And I'm gonna plug it.
For sure.
But shit, man. Regardless, we appreciate you coming on, bro.
Yes, sir.
You got people tapping in from all over, all your people that support you and people that are already a part of the Cut Different family. Anything that you want to say to them before we head out? Man. Anything that be on the lookout for?
Yeah, I'm just going to say, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all for having me, of course. You know, I go by Marjakim. Y'all can follow me on all social media platforms at Marjakim on IG, Marjakim on TikTok, Marjakim on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, wherever, you know what I'm saying? I'm all on there at Marjakim. Tap in with me. It's more, you know what I'm saying, where this came from, the base swag thing. We just building the foundation right now. We just gearing up to really take off. So I just want y'all to know if y'all tune into what I got going on, I got y'all for the long haul. This ain't nothing that's just for right now. I'm doing this shit for real. Like we gonna really be rocking. So make sure y'all tap in with me. Sure.
Definitely. Appreciate you coming on, bro.
Yes, sir.
All the way out from Jersey. You feel me? And look, man, the features and shit is cool, and the music is great, and the athletic prowess is there, and you know, but ultimately, what makes him Cut Different is the ability to balance everything, and to be able to be high level at anything. You need to have intrinsic clarity. You need to know who you are. You need to understand the value that you bring to whatever you're doing. And I feel like that is respectable in itself. You feel me? And I just feel like the way that you tie everything together, the way that you communicate your authenticity is key. Yeah. And I love that you work with your family as well. You know what I'm saying? So everything that you're doing, bro, keep it pushing, bro. Like,
appreciate
grinding,
it.
bro. We support you, bro. You part of the fam, man.
Yes,
so
sir.
It's
appreciate it. I'm part of the family, man. That's love for sure.
It's up. But yeah, man, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Cut Different TV. I go by the name of Sebastian Ryder. I'm here with the one and only
Marjakim Chief Hush, man. Y'all know what's going on.
We outside, bro.
Yes, sir.
Peace.